All right, hi everybody. It is Tuesday, July 28th, and I am here for another Flosstube video. This is Flosstube number 7 for me. My name is Marissa, M. Kissa Creations, and thanks for joining me today. I've been stitching a lot. Life update, not a lot has changed around here. We have an almost 5-year-old in the house now, and I don't know, we're living life. We spent a lot of time at the beach in the last couple weeks. I'm still working full-time. I had an extra day off last week, and it made for a really fun long weekend with the girls and my husband, and we just made sure we had a lot of fun together. But other than that, I've been coping with everything that's going on and all the madness with sitting down and putting needle to thread and needle to thread, needle to fabric, needle to fabric, needle and thread to fabric. Yeah, that. And it's been therapeutic and it makes me happy. So I want to share with you all the things that I've gotten done and all the things that I plan on doing. I have finishes. I have 3 finishes. I have 3 finishes. Alright, this is going to be the last time I play with my hair. That is a lie. That's a lie. I'm going to try really hard though. Alright, so 3 finishes. So I think last time I showed you Halloween black work, and I finished it. So this is from the 2014 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue, and it is stitched on a 16 count Ada from Mosale, and you're getting a pretty accurate color right there, so that's really exciting. I don't know what color this was or what it was called, or if she's even still dyeing fabric. I think she's still dyeing floss though. But this was an exciting finish. It was my oldest work in progress, my oldest whip. So the fact that it is all done was one of those things that just like a happy cross off the list. My next finish was also an older whip of mine. It is this chart right here, Patchwork Christmas 2. It is from, I believe, the 90s, 1995, from Willow Ridge Designs. And it has 2 optional layouts. So it has French knots, and it calls for Madeira Glamour, but I used Satan's Dental Floss, otherwise known as DMC Lightworks. I used short strands. I did all the things that you're supposed to do. It just feels yucky. It sounds yucky going through fabric. It just, I'll probably use it again at some point. I won't say I'm never going to use it again. I will probably use it again at some point, but it just was, it's not pleasant. It is not pleasant. But it's pretty and it's sparkly. Oh, okay. Also with this pattern, so it is charted for DMC, but it is charted, so the model is stitched on 10 count. It gives you what the sizes will be on 10 count, 14 count, and 18 count on the pattern. And then they used pearl cotton when they stitched the model on the 10 count. So I used DMC. The colors that it calls for are 500 green and 3685 cranberry are the 2 colors. I used 815, which is one of my favorite DMC colors. It's a cranberry. It falls into that cranberry category for me. And then I used 501, which is a little bit more mossy of a green. And then I used B5200 instead of Blanc, just because I wanted it to really pop. So the French knots were the snowman's coal, essentially. And then the bow on the bell, the little clanger on the bell, snowflakes around the snowman, and some, you know, of the corner stuff is that the horribleness that is DMC Light Effects. And I used DMC Light Effects B5200, and then this part is as charted, except the tree stumps were supposed to have brown as the little stumps, just like 2 stitches in each, and that was the only place that brown was in the pattern. I just decided to leave them green all the way. And then up top was ABC, and underneath it was the year, which was 1995, because that's when it was charted. So I changed it to 2020, and then I just changed it to my 2 initials, MN, so that it was mine. And then these were charted also in like all 3 colors, like a mixture of it, and I just left it in the white. I really love how this turned out. And then my other finish is a pattern that is available in my shop. It is Life Begins After Coffee. So aqua and red are my most favorite colors, my favorite color combo. I feel like a lot of people actually know that too, because they'll post stuff. Like Lolly posted, I don't remember what she posted. She posted something and it was aqua and red, and I was like, I love that so much. And she was like, I knew you would. I knew it. So apparently it's well known that my favorite colors are red and aqua. Our wedding colors were red and aqua. But I charted this sweet little thing for my coffee shelf in our kitchen, our mug shelf. It is trimmed with a Lady Dot Creates like a mini chenille. It's like really skinny. And then the back, I backed it with this coffee print that I bought from a quilt shop a long time ago, but it came from a cute little coffee line of fabric. But it's just a sweet little heart of steam. It's an awesome pattern. I mean, I feel like I love it in our kitchen. I designed it for our kitchen. It's in my shop because I figured somebody else might like it too. But life in this house does begin after coffee, and my children know that and don't bother mommy until she's had at least a couple sips of coffee. I feel like a lot of people live life that way, especially if you have children. Any children. Grown-up children, small children, children. You need coffee to live with children. You actually need coffee to live with anybody, I feel like. But so Life Begins After Coffee. I'll put a link to this pattern in my Etsy shop below. And yeah, if you love it, I would love your support. Awesome. Okay. Giveaway. Okay, so I finished on my last video, I finished Yankee Doodle by Lizzie Kate. Yankee Doodles. Are we losing focus? So I'm gonna do a random YouTube picker for this. I said to say the phrase Yankee Doodle in your comment, or say that you would like to stitch Yankee Doodle. And so I am searching for the word Yankee, just so I don't miss anybody in case there was a doodle or a doodles or anything else that was weird. So start, it's picking, it's generating. And the winner is, oh, Maine Moose Mom Stitcher, Michelle. Congratulations. Whoop. I don't know if you can actually see that. That's what it says on my phone, but that's what it says on my phone. So congratulations, Michelle. I will message you on the internet and get your address so I can send that out to you. And then this week, because I finished this guy, I will give this away. So if you want to stitch this, just say that you'd like to stitch the Christmas. Please be over 18. Please be willing to give me your address. And please also know that this is a chart from 1995 that I've been carrying around for a little while. And excuse me, it is not the most perfect condition, but you can still read it and do all the things and make the stuff. So thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for entering my giveaways. I am getting really close to 500 subscribers. So, well, actually we'll talk about that in a little bit further down the road in this video. So, okay, so let's move on to my whips, my works in progress. Halloween Blackwork was my oldest whip next to my Hade. So I've moved on to my next oldest whip next to my Hade, which you have also seen before. It is called Ocean ABCs. It is a Design Works pattern. I am stitching it on the Kit Ada, which is very stiff, but this pattern is adorable. And ooh, it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm excited for like where it will be when I show it next time. So I finished, I don't know if, I don't think I showed you all of him. I think I only showed you the sand. So I finished the gull. Oh, and if you want to see on my Instagram, I always, especially with these, I stitch the whole thing and then I take a picture, and then I also take another picture once I stitch the black work and make it so you can swipe in between and they're like almost the same size, so you can really see the difference that stitching backstitch makes on a pattern. And I obviously have like a love-hate relationship with it. This project has a ton of backstitch, but because I'm doing it as I go, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, and it just brings so much to the pattern that would not be there without it. So I finished the gull, and then I started and finished the flip-flops. So I'll just keep kind of keeping on this and filling it out. Once there's a jellyfish that goes right here, and then a palm tree that goes right here, and a lighthouse right here. This is the bottom. The bottom of this mermaid is the bottom of one of the pages. So it is literally the halfway mark on the pattern. So once all of what I'm showing right now is filled in, I'll be halfway done. So hopefully I'll get there soon. I do plan to continue to work on this. It is supposed to go in the girls' bathroom, and I would like for it to be done before they do not want it anymore in their bathroom. Okay, so my other whip, and this will be a weekly whip, is Consider the Lilies. So Cynthia Brew from Stitching in the Light and I are co-hosting this Sal. It is on Instagram, and we'd love for you to talk about it on your Flosstubes too. It is called Stitch Lilies on Sunday Sal. So Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery is a giant piece. Giant of giant. 435 stitches by 363 stitches. So it's big. It's large. You need motivation to finish big, large pieces like this. I mean, I know there's some people, monogamous stitchers, that could probably just sit down and get it done, but you know, we have squirrel over there and lots of other cute cross stitch patterns that can catch your eye. And so with Stitch Lilies on Sunday, it's not even a commitment to stitch it all day on Sunday. It's just a commitment to like maybe set a goal for yourself. I'm going to put in one strand of floss. Maybe it's a strand of floss. Maybe it's just a length of floss, like one little tiny one. Maybe you want to put in all 6 strands. I am stitching mine 1/2 on a 38 count fabric, and in the last 2 weeks have not done a ton, but I have gotten some done because I have sat down on Sundays and stitched on it. Well, one of the days I stitched on a Monday because my Sunday was kind of gnarly. But I'm going to stand up to show this to you. Okay, so last week I stitched like from here up on this plant, and then the little beehive, the bee, and these 2 trees. And then this Sunday I stitched all of this border right here. And so I've officially turned the corner and am now at the top. So this is where mine is at. Oh my gosh, let's see. Can I get, there we go. As a whole, so far, that's all that I have stitched. I have one itty bitty problem, but I'll deal with it when I get back over there. I forgot like a middle branch in this tree, and it constantly bothers me, but it'll get fixed. It'll get fixed. It'll get fixed. It'll get fixed. So I have that done. So please, I'll put the hashtag down on the bottom of the screen. Stitch Lilies on Sunday, Sal, for Stitch Along. Stitch with us. Stitch if you're having trouble getting motivated. If you're going to start Lilies, start it on a Sunday. Join Cynthia and I and rock it out. It is so much fun to follow that hashtag on Instagram right now and just see where everyone's at and see somebody. Okay, Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is stitching in the same corner that I'm in right now. Celeste? I think, is it Celeste? She's like way in the other corner, and so the way that this sampler is laid out, the pattern like, okay, so let's show you on mine. Okay, so this guy, like on the other side of the pattern, the beehive is reversed. So the gold, like the darker gold, is the inside, and then the lighter gold is the outside. And that is kind of how it carries across the whole piece, where it like flip-flops a lot of the colors. So it's really fun watching somebody else stitch on the opposite side of where I am, so I can see what the other colors are gonna look like. Or not the other colors, but the other way that it's combined is gonna look like. So I think that's really neat. Follow the Stitch Lilies on Sunday tag. I mean, even if you just want to like check it out or feel motivated, or if you're stitching on Sparrow, His Eyes on the Sparrow is Heartstring Sampler's other sampler that's the same size, same kind of thing where it's sort of a mirror, but colors are flip-flopped, and it's also extremely beautiful. If you're stitching on that, come stitch with us, come stitch a big giant piece. But Stitch Lilies on Sunday, Sal, is where we're at. Please, I mean, tag your Flosstube, tag your Instagrams, and let us know that you're joining us. My other work in progress is Bent Creek Stars and Stripes Forever. So I also have Happy Christmas, and I'm going to stitch it on, so that's why there's a lot of border on the top. Okay, so I just need to finish the S and then repeat this fan on this side. So I have the big S for stars and then the fan. And then I'm done. So that's exciting. I had, let's see, since I stitched, so this is what I've stitched this last week, all of this part. Like I said, I've been stitching a lot. I think has it been 2 weeks or 3 weeks since my last video? I think it's only been 2. I've been stitching a lot. It makes me feel better. It is helping me with my anger. I have a lot of anger, and I don't want to have that. So I'm trying to use that time to cool myself down and give grace to myself and other people, and really just trying to make sure that I'm staying in my lane but still moving forward. Okay, haul. I have something insanely exciting coming. so exciting. I am so excited for this thing that is coming. Once this thing comes, and once I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a pretty awesome giveaway. And I will announce that once that thing comes and once I hit 500 subscribers. But you're going to want to be here for it because it's going to be pretty spectacular. The only other thing that I've purchased, other than that really amazing thing that's going to come, is Heaven and Earth Designs had a sale. They're still having a sale. I think the sale goes to the 29th, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. And I've been waiting for a sale. I've been waiting for a sale to buy my oldest whips pattern again. I bought it the first time, I printed it out, and I had been marking off stitches and stitching on it. And then I got Pattern Keeper, and I used it for the free trial. And then I was like, oh yeah, I have to buy that. I think this is the first time I've ever paid $9 for an app. It is the most worth it app as far as cross stitching goes. I don't know if I would use it for regular PDF patterns that are not HAEDs, but definitely for a HAED, it speeds everything up so much. And I think there's quite a few other Flosstubers and Instagrammers and stitchers that share that sentiment, and it is just a lifesaver. So, actually, let's talk about that first. Let's talk about the one that I repurchased, because I kind of need some thoughts. So, I'm going to show you my paper cover, because I have it printed out. So this is Lisa Parker's The Witching Hour, charted by Michelle Sayeda at Heaven and Earth Designs. Okay, so I don't think I've showed this since my, what do you call it, whip parade video. Let me just set this guy up on the board here. Okay, so this is the first page. I have like maybe a quarter of the second page done. And then I have like 3/4 of this page down here. Yes, I'm crazy. Yeah, crazy. Or maybe not so smart. We don't use the word stupid in our house, but this might have been not a smart idea. I did count it a lot of times, and I gridded my fabric with the sulky shiny stuff. And I'm kind of gridding as I go because it's sort of a pain in the butt, but so I gridded it and I counted it, and I think I'm good. But I also was a brand new stitcher when I started this, and the pattern says stitch it 2/1 on 25 count. And I was like, well, that's how I have to do it. I have to stitch it 2/1 on 25 count because that's what the pattern says. Okay, you guys, you don't have to do everything the pattern says. Also, though, like, if you've ever tried to stitch 2/1 on 25 count, like, how did I even get this far? This far. It's insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy town. It's thick. It is like a rug. Okay, so my big question is, and I guess I should just try it to find out, but like, what will happen if I leave what I have stitched 2/1 and then just switch to 1/1? Will it be super duper obvious other than when I touch it? Also, because it's like on these like outer ones and like I didn't start in the middle like that, will people even notice if they look at it? Is anybody really going to look at it that closely? I know I don't want to finish it 2/1. I won't ever finish it if it's 2/1. So I think I'm going to do a test run this week. or next week and see, especially like in the black. So like this is all 310 up here. So if I stitch in here and try it out and see what it looks like, 1/1 full cross, if it's like really different looking, it's going to be really obvious. And then this piece of fabric will probably just get cut up, and I'll try to do, I could probably fit 2 minis on it, or I can just dye it and have a piece of 25 count Lugana to use for something else. Okay, so that's that dilemma, but also like lesson learned as a young stitcher. So if you're a young stitcher and a pattern tells you to do something and you're like forcing a needle through to the point where you think you're going to like break your fabric or break your needle or poke your finger, you don't have to do it like that. You don't have to do it like that. You don't have, there are no cross stitch police. There's no one that is going to come and say, you didn't stitch that on the count of fabric that it was required to stitch on. You didn't stitch that with the threads that were required to stitch on it. You can change things. You can stitch variated floss, one side of the X down and one side of the X back. You will still see a color change. You can also stitch it every single X if that's what you want to do, but you do not have to do anything. I was so gung-ho and like, this is what the pattern says and this is what I have to do, that's what happened. And it's just kind of, I feel like there would be more progress on this piece if it wasn't so hard for me to stitch on. So we're gonna try that out this week or next week or somewhere soon. Especially because, okay, so I put that pattern into Pattern Keeper once I bought it, and even just like marking out the first page that I did, I haven't even gone to what I've done on the other pages. Marking out the first page like I did, it was like 3% complete, and I was like, that sounds like such a small number, but on a HAID, that is, I don't know, I feel like that's some serious progress. I think Michelle Bendy just showed her Contessa with squid, and she said she put hers all into Pattern Keeper because she was doing hers on paper also, and she was like at the 10% mark, and I was like, that's we're like 10%, that's such a little number in real life, but when you're talking about a HAID, I feel like it's such an accomplishment. Okay, so the other pattern that I bought, let's see, how do you get to the cover of a pattern on this? That's what happens when I clicky that guy. Edit, legend, export progress. No, I don't have any progress. I just want to see the picture. So that's the problem with this. Let's see what, does it zoom? It doesn't zoom. I'm not even sure you're going to be able to see this. I'm going to hold it really, really close and see what we can do. Can it focus on that? Boop, boop. Let me see. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so that is Amy Stewart's Tiki Beach Sunset, which is what I bought this week. But then I had also recently bought the max color of this Beachcomber chart. I also have this mini Which Way going on too. Okay, so I have that other HAID going too. I have that mini Which Way, and then I have, hi, I'm right here, my face is here. Okay. Oh, cameras. Okay. So I have some HAIDs ahead of me. I am gonna start kind of going through my older whips, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to knock stuff off my list. So I have 2 finishes and a third that I'll have finished without starting anything new yet. So I think that will earn me a big project to start. So I think I'm gonna start a HAID I don't know which Haid I'm going to start. It's going to be one of the Amy Stewart ones, obviously, because those are the 2 Haids that I have that aren't started. I only have a fabric for one of them. I was like dead set on the Beachcomber one, but I love the Tiki Sunset one too. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll take your thoughts. Do them down there. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about switching from 2/1 to 1/1. Do you think I'm going to be miserable? I mean, I know I can just try it and see if I'm going to be miserable with how it looks or not. But have you tried it? I need some Haid advice. I don't know why I'm starting another Haid. I don't know why we just think we can do all the Haids, but apparently we can do all the Haids. Okay, so help me get to 500 subscribers. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. If you don't, you can move along. You probably haven't made it this far. But if you did enjoy the awesome stitches that I showed you, which I think they're awesome, that's why they're in my collection. That's why I keep stitching on them. Also, you can stop stitching on stuff too. That's okay also. Garrett and Katie from Stitch Mania did a video and it was great. It was so great. It was like, these things are okay. And they are. And I've only really gotten rid of one pattern that I was just like, I'm not doing this. This is silly. But I've also restarted stuff that I didn't like the way that the stitches looked. I think I did restart my token by Long Dog. That was, I started it 2/2 on 38 count and I didn't like it, and so I switched to 1/2 and I love it. No, 36 count. 36 count. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't get overwhelmed by my whip list, but I can see how you can get overwhelmed by a whip list. Mine right now is helping me have motivation to like rock through my older whips. I do have the tendency to start a lot of larger projects, so I don't know. I'm a little rambly now that I'm trying to say goodbye. Well, I'm not really trying to say goodbye yet. And I forgot to get a thing. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a thing. It's my main thing that I was going to talk about. Okay, so long story long, long story short, coming up on 2 years ago, my family and I moved from Southern California to Maine. I like to do a little segment of things I've learned since coming here, or things that are odd or weird in a happy way about Maine. And for me, it's one of the things that has been very obvious this summer and not as much last summer. So I don't know if it was different or better or worse or not, but bugs. There's so many bugs here. Big bugs, big black, like scary bugs. Really cool looking dragonflies with striped wings that eat mosquitoes. But bugs and mosquitoes, so many mosquitoes. Okay, so I saw a post about this somewhere, and then I was like, oh, okay, like that's a thing, sure. And then I belong to like the moms group for the city that I live in, and they were also talking about this thing, and it's literally this thing. Okay, so it is called the bug bite thing. And if you get a mosquito bite, you take the bug bite thing, okay, and you put it on your skin and you pull it up and it suctions, and then you let it go and it pops off and it like leaves a little tiny mark, and you do it a couple times It doesn't hurt. We use it on the girls. We let them play with it and kind of test it out. It also comes with like a little thing to, like, you switch the top around and it makes a smaller area. So like if you get it on a weird part, like a bony part of your leg where like you can't get that whole giant thing to suction on. Anyways, it makes your bug bites not itch without putting any medicine on, without, I mean, yes, there are mosquito-borne diseases, and so you really should try to avoid getting bitten by bugs. So like long sleeves and bug spray, but bug spray is like a whole another thing. We use some essential oil blends that help sometimes, but not always. But this, if you do get bit, is amazing. So I bought a 3-pack on Amazon, and I have one in each of our cars and one by our refrigerator, which is like when you come in the house. In that drawer that just collects things, but it's like in the front of that drawer, especially because it's the summertime. And there's mosquitoes. So, tip from Maine, where the mosquitoes live, and I know that the mosquitoes live other places too. I am very aware. But in Orange County, it was not like go into the backyard and pick a zucchini and come back with 8 mosquito bites. This thing is a flippin' lifesaver, and if you don't like using calamine lotion all over yourself or any other like analgesic pain relief, like this is super natural little hickey maker. Okay, I'll put a link for that down below. It'll be an Amazon affiliate link. If you don't want to do the Amazon affiliate link, you could just search the bug bite thing on the internet, and it's amazing. You can definitely find that without my affiliate link, but I'm going to put in an affiliate link. Okay, so plans: stitching lilies on Sunday with Cynthia and I. Please stitch lilies on Sunday, hashtag. I'm going to finish my Stars and Stripes Forever. I am hoping that I will finish that today or tomorrow, and then I will continue to probably put in some stitches on my Ocean ABCs. I think I might try to get some like boring outline work done, and then I'm gonna start a shade. I don't know which shade it's gonna be. Leave your comment down below. Help me get to 500 subscribers. Like my video, subscribe, ring the bell. Tell your friends. I'd love to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I just have a great week. Be happy, stitch. Don't hold on to stuff that doesn't need to be held on to. And go with love. Go with love. That's what I did this week. Something made me really upset. Something from the same category made me really happy. And instead of talking just about the thing that made me upset that really wouldn't solve any problems, I just told the person that made me really happy that they made me really happy. And thanked them and told them that they were lovely, and go with love. Go with love. Go with love, stitch, be happy, keep taking care of yourselves and those around you, and be kind, and I will talk to you later. Bye.